Bourbonites, hello, happy Sunday, how are you? Welcome in, everybody. Here we are.
This is us.
This is us.
Hey, happy Bottled and Bond Day.
Happy BiB.
BiBDAY.
To all the YOU.
Yeah.
Yeah.
March 3rd. Yep, Bottled and Bond Day.
There we are.
And so we've got a bunch of Bottled and Bond stuff. Or, a lot of stuff from New Riff, who, historically does a lot of Bottled and Bond things.
So I'm pretty sure in one of our very first years of doing live, we had Bottled and Bond Day that was actually the Sunday of Bottled and Bond Day, which means it's been 7 years since that.
Whoa. Because here we are again.
Mm-hmm.
But also it's a leap year, so I don't know how that affects things. I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not
Maybe
a calendar expert.
6 years or 8 years then?
I don't
know.
Anyways, so.
But hope you guys are pouring some good BiBs tonight. We decided to go with one distillery instead of like a Bottled and Bond from every distillery, kind of like we've done in the past.
And I know we've done like a lot from Heaven Hill in the past too, so thought we'd branch out a bit. And it's, what is it, Chad?
Bottled and Bond Day?
No.
Oh, it's germane.
That's right.
To what's been going on.
Because we were in.
Bottled and Bond Day?
You already knew. Your second guess was right. We were in Northern Kentucky, in Covington and Newport this weekend, doing some their Bourbon Trail, which is the beeline up there, and doing some visits and things. And we were at New Riff this afternoon, and we enjoyed some of their Bottled and Bond Day specials, which was fun.
And that's where the idea was birthed.
Hey, what if we did New Riff tonight? That's why we don't always plan lives out ahead of time, way in advance. Because sometimes you're like, hey,
we like creativity and inspiration to strike.
And we're not procrastinators at all.
Yeah.
Not even a little bit.
Look at this. Before we get into it, Swan saying, hey, Sarah and Chad, thanks for the Soto recommendations. Just got back home from it, Swan. I want to know everything.
Tell me everything you ate.
I want to know what you ordered.
Tell me about the short rib pasta.
Cocktails, like everything. I want to know.
Short rib pasta is the best thing.
Oh, my gosh. It's this Italian joint in Cincinnati, which,
not too far from where we were.
Yeah, Northern Kentucky. We were in...
mostly Covington, but Newport today.
Newport, Covington. It's just a short little jaunt over the bridge to Cincinnati. So we actually jaunted over today. Also, what?
JG said, I only come here for the calendar expertise. Unsubscribe.
Oh no, JG! 877 calendar now.
Oh no.
Yeah, great to see everyone in here, and
thanks for joining us.
And don't anger Gramps. You should hit that thumbs up.
We don't want to make him
Otherwise,
mad.
he will yell at you.
He'll tell you get off his lawn.
That's right.
He'll say, get out of my chat.
Get out of my chat.
All right. I'm ready. Let's start.
I don't know if you can see, but we got a bunch of them. We got like all of them.
Including our two. Where are you? Come this way.
The picks.
Our picks right there.
Mm-hmm.
Love those bottles. They're fun.
Do we start just with a basic... Because these aren't all Bottled and Bond back here, but that's how New Riff kind of started with the Bottled and Bonds. Do we start with one of the basic ones, or do we go a little
We
off
did try them
menu?
today on the tour.
Yeah, we did.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. You choose. You dealer's choice for the first one.
Yeah, I don't know.
Jameson said currently enjoying the New Riff malted rye, and then we have I almost said we have a Snapchat. We have a super chat.
We definitely need to get something in our...
From Michelle Martin, so we'll have to get you...
Well, you read what Swan...
Swan said he got the short rib pasta. Oh, and the goat cheese bread. These are my favorite things from there. Italian stallion cocktail. Haven't had that. And the donuts for dessert. Every time I go, people are always like, did you get the donuts, though? And I always forget about the donuts, so I have not had them.
You never forget about the donuts.
And also got a pour of Old Overholt to boot. We'll look at you. To boot.
To boot. You've gone Canadian on us.
Excellent order.
That's great.
Hope you had a wonderful time.
Approved. This is the only New Riff that we have that's not opened. We never got around to opening this one.
And this one is Bottled and Bond.
Says so.
100 proof,
Yeah. Got this one for $48.
Red turkey wheat.
So this will be our first pour and our Super Chat Cheers pour. That'll get us started.
Delightful. So something we learned when we were at New Riff today is that this year will be their 10-year anniversary.
Well, yeah. Hold on. I have something germane for that.
Okay, great. Don't fall. I'm not gonna feel bad for you.
This is one of our older bottles. Distilled fall 2014.
Wow.
Which means it would have come out bottled
In
2018. But yeah, so their anniversary is going from their distillation date, not their bottle date.
Yeah, 2014 to 2024. So
back
right?
back then is when OKI would have been going on.
Yeah.
As this stuff aged, which is great.
Can't believe it's been that long.
I know. 10 years, everybody. Where'd you go,
Crazy.
Michelle?
There you are.
You are. She says, "Happy BiB, Chad and Sarah. We miss chatting with everyone. We're sipping on a Chad Cork Pop Perkins and Sarah Princess of Proof to stay in the new Riff theme. Cheers."
Yeah.
As you already pointed out, Sarah, we got ours
We got them back there.
right back there.
We'll cheers you with that. Now, as Tony Bag of Donuts points out a few comments down, our picks are not bottled in bond. That's true.
Correct.
Our picks are barrel proof. I
Yeah,
guess. Yeah.
they're over. They break the 100 proof
technically,
rule.
but we're doing it's New Riff Night because they do a ton of bottled and bond products, which we respect for them.
Yeah, they're very bonded.
Right. So we just put them back there because just in case you guys wanted us to try them.
But this one is bottled and bond.
It is. We've always said we respect them a lot just for coming out of the gate with their own distillate, waiting the 4 years to make it a bottled and bond product, and doing other things in the meantime, like OKI and other stuff. But that's a lot to gamble 4 years of income, on hold while you wait for it to become 4 years old so it can be bottled and bond. But a very respectable way to start out, I think.
For sure. This one is at least 5 years old.
Oh.
And its mash bill is 70% corn, 25% red turkey wheat, and 5% malted barley.
Now, what makes the wheat turkey? I'm just kidding.
They get it from wild turkey.
That's a rumor you don't want to start.
No, you don't want to. Yeah. Not true.
They don't even make their.
Well, that would make it not.
Wheat.
That would make it not bottled and bond. You can't source.
Oh, I thought you meant the wheat.
Well, I guess you could source, but it all had to be from one place.
True.
Yeah.
They don't do that. Quit starting rumors.
They don't do that. We just said they made OKI.
It's not the case.
Yeah, while their stuff aged. Ooh, this smells good. All right. Cheers to you. Happy Bottled and Bond Day. Woo, 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 woo. Yeah, it is a beautiful color on that pour.
I like
Middle
that
Earth
a
Collector.
lot.
Yeah. This one, you know how things go. You start a channel, you start buying bottles.
Do they know how it goes?
At least half of them.
You start a channel and you start buying bottles and then you forget about the bottles that you bought. I'm sure a lot of people.
Yeah.
Oh, cry them a river, Chad.
Cry me a river.
Goodness.
I didn't put the year. I normally do that. But yeah, I agree. This is really good.
It's really rich. And actually, for being red turkey wheat, I think still has some good spice. Yeah, the mash bill, 70% corn, 25% red turkey wheat, and 5% malted barley.
Yeah.
With no rye in this, and at 100 proof, it's still got some power to it,
hits.
I think.
It hits. Yeah.
I enjoy
agree.
this a lot. It's a lot of flavor. It's not that, like, soft, mellow wheat that I think when people think about, liking, like, Weller Special Reserve or whatever, it's not sweet candy, soft wheat.
Yeah.
It's got some oomph.
Does. Some people say, well, I like wheaters because they think they just like sweeter bourbons.
Or they're smooth.
And they might like sweeter bourbons.
Maybe.
But it might not necessarily be because of it's a wheat mash bill.
This one says it has a zesty brightness. It's definitely zesty. Again, and I would expect that if there was rye in the mash bill to have that kick, but it does not. They sure do know what they're doing over there.
They do. James Wolverton with the super chat. It says, can't go wrong with New Riff, and the new space upstairs is awesome. Yes, we got to see that for the first time today, James. First of all, thank you for that super chat. We New Riff cheers you. Yeah, we hadn't been there.
Since 2018, I think.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time we were there before.
That's crazy.
Since 2018.
That's crazy that it would have been
Maybe
that long.
2019,
Yeah.
but I think it was 2018.
That is nutso.
Anyways, so I guess upstairs used to be an event space, and they've done a complete remodel since the last time we were there. So it's basically like going again for the first time.
Yeah.
Highly recommended if you haven't been in a few years to stop by again since they've done their remodel. The third floor is now a bar, and it's got this really cool like patio deck area. Just like more New Riff than I've ever seen in one place. Like every expression they've ever done.
Yeah, this is a good part where I can pull up.
Oh yeah, you can pull up
some pictures.
stuff.
I got pictures.
He's got pictures.
Doodly doodly doo. I think this is the right one. Yeah. So this is a 9-year. Talking about their 10th anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
This is a 9-year that we asked about. We wanted to get a pour of. That's the bar behind there. So that's the third floor that you're seeing those bottles behind there. It was not opened and not to be opened. They said they were still trying to figure out, like they needed one for the library, basically.
I don't know. I couldn't quite get that, but I think, yeah, they, like you said, they were hesitant to open it because they need them for their catalog, and so TBD on if that one will be open and when. But yeah, no hard feelings. There was plenty to choose from. It's just one that we had never seen before and had a big 9 on it. So we were like, how about that one with the big 9?
How about that 9? Because as of now, the oldest things that we've had are the 8 years. Well, you guys saw it. We did a double short and sweet last Tuesday?
Recently.
Two Tuesdays ago.
Recently.
Mm-hmm. Of that... of the malt,
High note?
Yeah, the high note.
High note.
The 2 8 years, a rye and the bourbon.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I'm a big fan of their single malt release.
Yes.
Yeah, big fan. Like that a lot.
So there was that one, and then I just thought this was a pretty picture.
That's the single malt.
That's the single malt. Yeah, it's a single malt right there. That was the last thing on our tasting. The tasting was cool because instead of holding everything to the end and then you go and you taste all the products, they kind of have stations set up
along the way.
So you're drinking as you're doing the tour, which is fun.
I mean, I think that makes, if you've been on a distillery tour before, you kind of know some of the things, so it makes it more engaging, I guess.
Yeah.
I told him, I said, does it make your jokes funnier by the end?
It did.
And they were, four very...
hilarious.
Their core product lineup, and then the single malt at the end, it was nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then you end up in the bar upstairs, and it's hard to say no. Like, when you see it, it's so beautiful that you're like...
And they were making wings for Bottled and Bond Day.
Like, maybe we should say they had a $6 old-fashioned for Bottled and Bond Day.
Yeah.
And I think...
we got it with the rye.
$5 pours of all of their...
The main expressions?
And then,
I think so.
Or you could get a flight of all three for 10, I believe.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Something like that.
It was really... They had a lot of deals going.
Mm-hmm. Deals.
Come on down. Well, it's too late now. You missed it. But
you missed it. Next year.
Next year on Bottled and Bond Day.
Yeah.
Make your plans.
2 that we tried that we don't have are, and sorry the top one got a little out of focus. That's the blue Claridge and then the yellow Leaming. I thought it was Lemming at first, but yellow Leaming. And there's the winter whiskey, which we're... Not drinking.
But it is back there.
But it is back there, yeah. So we had the blue Claridge and the yellow Leaming, and we can talk about those. What was the one that we said was yellow cake? That was the yellow Leaming, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was very like lemon cake.
Mm-hmm. And then the notes, sometimes I can zoom in and sometimes I can't.
It says no.
No. It doesn't want you to. We're pretty spot on. Subtle spices of clove, faint root beer / sarsaparilla, caramelized. What is that? Citrus. And indeed, I love the indeed. A whiff of blue corn tortilla, long finish, savory, juicy, dry but rich. I didn't get dry.
Didn't get the dry on that.
Right. I think it's kind of odd to say juicy but dry in the same sentence.
I really liked the blue Claridge, and I definitely got the root beer note.
Yeah.
And then on the finish, I was like, what is this this corn chip thing that they're talking about? But then as the finish set in, it was almost like I'd been eating from like chips and salsa or something, which was crazy.
Yeah.
Like the way that it lingered, I was like, oh, I've never experienced that before. So that was a new one. Root beer, less common, but I've still had it, but not blue corn chips, or blue tortilla chips, whatever it was called.
I liked them both. Did you have a? Oh, I've got the bottle picture.
You do have the bottle picture that I took.
Right there.
There they are.
There they are.
I personally like the blue Claridge better. The yellow leaming was good. I can't remember. There was something about the finish on that one that it was really good and I loved the mouthfeel. But I think I just thought that the blue Claridge overall was more unique.
Yeah.
And I think I preferred that one. What about you?
I was pretty split.
Yeah, they're both really good.
You started saying the blue Claridge was your favorite, and I'm like, yeah, me too.
Oh.
But I did really like that yellow kick note of the yellow leaning, because I just don't normally get that. So
yeah.
I kind of wanted to lean, and maybe I do lean a little bit more that way. But both really good.
Well, that's fair. I like this. So I think these are. Can you pull that picture back up real quick?
Which one? The one
that you just had up. Mm-hmm. So this, I believe, is of the same... No, it's not the same series. Sorry. I thought it was the same series, but it's not. In terms of their, experimentation with different grains.
Oh, okay.
And I really liked those two that we had, and I also really like this red turkey wheat that we have here.
I don't guess we really have any of that series.
We do not, no.
Maybe the back center?
No.
Back center might be... I mean, it's
maybe.
not white.
I don't think it is, no.
Label.
I think it's not the same series, but, you know.
Where do you want to go next?
I don't know.
If we're trying to stay BiB, let me read you the options.
The backsetter, which is peated backset.
The winter whiskey.
I want the winter whiskey. I'm just going to go ahead and decide that I want that.
Fair enough.
But while he gets that, I'll read you the other options. So we have the backsetter. The single malt is barrel proof.
Yeah, so not.
So it's cask strength, so not. I mean, it's an option, but we can save it for later.
Yeah.
The standard bourbon, the standard rye.
The maltster looks like it's maltster's BiB.
Yeah, the maltster, which is made with malted rye, that is bottled in bond.
And the malted rye 6-year.
Oh, I kind of want to try. Ooh, let's do the malted rye 6-year after this. Okay. And then there's our 2 picks, which are back there, which we established are not bottled in bond also. But we can do whatever. It's fine.
Oh, and then the Silver Grove.
The Silver Grove?
It's not BiB.
It's not bottled in bond.
But it's back there. That is distillery only. It's a 4-year. It's the only way you can get New Riff, well, unless it's sourced. But I don't know if they really do a whole lot of sourcing. Anyway, the only way you can get New Riff at cask strength that is not New Riff bottled or New Riff pick. Single barrel pick. God. That's not a single barrel. There we go. It's batched. So the only way you can get a barrel proof batched New Riff
is Silver Grove.
It's Silver Grove, but it is 4 years age dated.
Okay.
I knew it was something.
I want this one. And then I want the 6-year malted rye. And I'm just going to decide. And then I think I want the backsetter.
I want a pony.
Yeah. And then I want the backsetter because that peated note, who knows what that's going to do.
Yeah.
And then we can close out with whatever you guys want. How does that sound for an agenda? Do you have any objections?
Speak now.
Overruled.
Forever hold your peas.
You're out of order. I find you in contempt of court.
All right. Get a clean Glen, and then we will do the super chat from Steven.
Stefan?
Oh, I'm sorry. Correct, you are Stefan.
It's true. Who says, long time no see, you two. Oddly enough, I don't have a bottled and bond offering in my measly collection, so tonight I'm enjoying Pinhook 2023 High Proof. Have you tried it? We've definitely tried the High Proof Pinhooks.
Not a 2023.
Unless we had it, I think we may have had it at a festival.
Oh, yeah. We don't own a bottle.
Don't own a bottle,
2023.
So couldn't give you my thoughts on it off the top of my head.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank you, Stefan.
Yeah, we appreciate the super chat. Happy Bottle and Bond Day.
Happy BiB.
Hope you're enjoying your Pinhook.
Yes.
Why is my voice so gravelly?
Well, we've been going since Friday.
We've done a lot of talking since Friday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So.
All right, this sexy bottle is the Winter Wheat. Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey made with malted oak and malted oat.
Oat.
And chocolate malt.
It has an interesting nose. It's brighter than I would expect. I kind of get that oat note.
Wow.
Oat note.
Check out this mash bill.
Check it out.
Well, first of all, it was distilled in fall of 2015 and bottled in fall of 2020. Mash bill is 65% corn, 20% malted oats, 7% pale ale malt, 5% steel cut raw oats, and 3% chocolate malt. I think this is some of the stuff that...
Should I pair this with a oatmeal chocolate chip cookie?
Yeah, that our tour guide was talking about today that like clogged up the column still.
Yeah. So when they do this experimental stuff with the different grains, it can get... I mean, you can imagine how like cooked...
Ooh.
Not cooked, but heated grains. Think about like oatmeal in the column still and like trying to get that out after you cook a batch or distill a batch of this to go and do your normal, run-of-the-mill stuff. Like, I'm sure the production team loves it, but I don't know. I think it's really exciting for them too.
I mean, just ask James. He knows about
Ask James Wolverton.
Cleaning stuff out to run the next. Yeah.
The coolest thing that I thought we learned today about New Riff was that their master distiller and a lot of their production team come from a beer background, not a distilling background. I think
choice.
By choice. I think that's very interesting because, again, they're doing their tagline, a new riff on an old tradition. You can get people with distilling backgrounds and you can continue to make more distillate that's going to taste just like where they learned it from and that's just going to spread, and that's fine. But I think you get a very unique and different perspective when you grab brewers and people who are used to doing beer because they're experimenting with all these different types of grains and things to, whatever.
Breakfast whiskey.
And I think it's cool.
Yeah, for sure.
And here we are.
Here we are.
I think it's fun. Because if you want to there's plenty of places that do more of the same. And I'm not knocking that. I mean, that's the way everybody does it. Like, you get up-and-coming distillers from existing big distilleries, and you pluck them and, groom them to be your master distiller. And that's just how the industry works. But I think this is such a cool take and very on brand for them.
I agree. I am starting to like espresso martinis. Every time Sarah orders one, I've been taking a sip. Now I'm taking 2 sips.
Now he's like, can I get some more of that? And I'm like, can you get your own?
And I'm getting...
Oh, this is very espresso.
Espresso.
Which I think is that that chocolate malt, even though there's only a little bit in there, and that 20% malted oats. I think it's that malted oat note.
Yeah. Oh.
This is... I mean, what's the proof on this?
100. It's
this would be incredible in like a cold brew old fashioned, which I made this weekend or this past on Thursday, or an espresso martini with bourbon, which I also love. It's a nice pick me up drink, if you need a pre-dinner cocktail and you've got a long night ahead of you, or a brunch, a nice brunch bourbon drink. Because what else?
Yes, I would love one. Love one, Gramps. Thank you.
What else are you going to drink? I always have that problem when I go to brunch because I don't like mimosas and I also don't like Bloody Marys.
Right.
So
I do not like
everyone's
Bloody
always
Marys.
like, what's your brunch drink? And I don't really have one because when you just walk up to brunch and it's like 11 a.m. and you're just like, can I just have a neat pour of...
You're like, but let me tell you what's in the mash bill.
It's very breakfasty.
It works. Trust me.
It's like, what do you order? And so... I mean, I don't really like the Irish coffee thing with I don't want cream, no dairy, so I'm really out on like all these fronts.
Yeah.
So that's kind of become my thing,
No, thank you, Tony. Gramps is getting one for me. Thank you, though.
I think they want to see Cocktail Chad, because everyone's seen Cocktail Sarah.
No.
Not everyone's seen her. Would be a delight for you, though.
I don't know, Squirrely T, about me being a coffee drinker. I mean, maybe, but there would have to be a lot of sugar and cream, and I don't know if I want to get into that, because then you're just like back to drinking like a regular soda worth of calories or whatever, which
you cut back.
I stopped that a while ago.
I mean, I think it's like for the caffeine, for the purpose of the caffeine, for the jolt.
I mean, trust me, I'm tired of being ostracized when people are like, do you want to meet for coffee? We can talk business over coffee. Or we need like some coffee after dinner.
You just get a hot cocoa.
And I'm like, hot chocolate, please.
I'm an adult.
Can you melt some chocolate in a mug? So I would love... It's like, there's certain things in life, like playing golf. You should play golf. You can do business, or you can bond with buddies. Golf. It's a thing.
Coffee is a thing?
Beer. Let's have a beer. Cool. But maybe, not everyone has to drink alcohol. Some people choose not to. So what's the other thing? Coffee. And, I'm 2 of those 3. I'm golf and I'm beer. but maybe I could go for the trifecta. Maybe someday. Not likely.
Well,
But thank you for the confidence.
just get a tea.
Yeah. I am also coming around to tea.
You're coming around to tea.
I had English breakfast
2 times.
twice this weekend.
He's grown up so fast.
right before your eyes.
I had a lavender Earl Grey, and it was very
Sure did.
nice. And it made me want to make a
Go back
cocktail with
to-
lavender and Earl Grey.
Well, and also go back to Scotland.
It made me want to go back. Yeah. But we're going to Ireland in May. Not too long now.
Yeah.
It's March 3rd. We leave on April 30th.
Yes.
For those of you who stalk us.
Can confirm, James.
Forget that detail.
Espresso martini will wake you the F up. Mm-hmm. Wake you
Friday night.
and F you up.
It's true. It's
no,
both
that
of those
also.
are true.
Yes.
I made the mistake, ? Of having one of those before dinner on Friday
Allegedly.
night because I was really struggling. I was dragging. And I couldn't sleep that night. So sometimes the espresso martini bites you back.
One to wake me up. One to...
One to bring me up, one to bring me down. One to keep the demons from dancing all around.
Yeah. So it's a 3-pill.
That's
thing.
usually my 3 beverage.
3 beverage.
One that's water,
Yeah.
one that's caffeinated,
Yeah.
and one that's just for fun.
Late joiner, what are we drinking now? We are drinking the winter
The
whiskey.
winter whiskey from New Riff.
New Riff. We're all New Riff tonight.
We're celebrating Bottle and Bond Day.
Mostly Bald and Bond, but we're going to venture outside of that. But we're keeping with New Riff because we were there today.
Yeah. And that's the story. That's the scoop.
And that's the scoop. That's all the news fit to print. Super chat from Nick saying malted rye, red bottle, have not opened ours yet.
Yeah, we've got the malted, the 6-year malted rye back there.
Yeah.
I think we'll go there
I
after
think
this.
we're going to venture to that.
I'm
one.
going to
Thank you,
hold
Nick.
this. This is really good.
Think it's at
I
the end of the
would-
evening?
Maybe would 100% pair this with an oatmeal chocolate chip cookie.
Oh my, yes.
That sounds delicious. I wish I had one. Wish I could have it.
That's deep cut. Deep cut. You didn't cheers Nick.
Nick, I'm so sorry. 2 for you, since I'm just a terrible person.
One to make up for. And we got David here in a second. But we want to switch out whiskeys.
Yes.
Where'd you say you wanted to go next?
The 6-year malted rye.
6-year malted rye. Coming right
If my
up.
arms were longer,
Let me
I
check
could
in the
reach
back,
it.
see if we got any.
Check in the back.
So glad I chose to wear pants tonight. Because you can probably
Yeah.
see it.
Well, by that, he normally wears pants, but they're shorts or
Sweat.
comfy pants. You know, what's the point of sitting here in uncomfy pants?
Oh, God.
I told you I will not feel bad. I will point and laugh.
I'm just going to go ahead and grab the maltster also. So we have it close.
Okay.
So I don't
Well, why don't we each try one?
trip and fall.
Why don't I try this one and you try that one and then we compare?
Okie dokie.
How about that?
Yeah.
That just reminded me. I love Barefoot Contessa, Ina Garden, and her husband Jeffrey. I'm like, man, Jeffrey's got it made. Jeffrey just goes out and does his thing and he comes home and she's like, look what I've made for you.
We should whip
But I
up
do-
this.
At the end of
Four
her,
course.
whenever she's talking about like what she's making or whatever, and she's like, sounds delicious. How about that? Or whatever. And how about that? Or she just has these things that she says at the end of.
So does she know what she's talking about?
Yes, Ina Garden does know what she's talking about.
But some of
Can
those other...
I feel there are some. I don't want to upset anyone in the chat, but I do feel that the Pioneer Woman does not know what's up.
Well, she's in the chat.
I'm like, lady,
She
have
just-
you cooked before?
She just super chatted us. No, that's
No,
Ray.
I'm just saying. Sorry if you love the Pioneer Woman. I'm a garden girl till I die. Barefoot Contessa all the way. I love when she makes herself a giant martini before she cooks. I'm like, yes, lady. I like her style.
All right, so this one, it's like I kept the price tag back out here. It was $49.99.
Jameson said, how easy is that? That's what she says. She says
How
that too.
easy is that?
How easy is that?
You just get a crew and cameras.
How easy is that?
How easy is that?
Oh, if I could replace her, not replace her, but no one can replace her. But
If I
I'd
could
love
kill
to.
her and take her spot.
What do they say? Take the mantle or the reins or whatever. Carry that torch. Because one day she'll retire.
Sure.
I mean, my dream.
Super chat from David Martin. Super duper chat actually says, I have seen Cocktail Sarah. She is a delight. Love you guys.
Is she? I'm not sure.
Thank you, David.
Cocktail Sarah has compliments for everyone. Thanks, David.
We'll give you a super duper cheers. To there. And then also,
I'm not sure if she is. I think she's a menace.
from Ray, we have a super chat
Ray!
as well.
Thank you, Ray.
Oh, yay. Thank you guys coming in here.
Oh, appreciate
And then also from Nick. She since opened it, and I sent it cat update.
Oh, she since opened it since I sent it.
They're
Yes, cat update.
Yes.
The cat comes every day, twice, 2, 3, 4 times a day. Oh, we've gotten very close. Within 6 feet.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say 3 feet.
Oh, very close.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you're not, then maybe some people aren't familiar.
Most people are probably like, what's the cat?
Yeah.
If you follow my Instagram stories, sometimes I post a cat. We have the stray cat chose us, and he comes up on the deck, and we feed him, and he's got a little house there, and that's pretty much the story. But he's very feral and is very, hesitant. But he used to run as soon as we made eye contact from very far away, and now he'll get real close because we shake the treat bag at him, and he knows what it means.
And we've heard him meow now.
He meows at us. He cries at us for food. So while we were gone this weekend, we left his normal bowl of food, but then also like food on a paper plate because we were like, eat this one now, but eat this later. And he did a good job. He paced himself very well over the weekend.
So we can watch him on our security cameras.
We watch him. We check on him.
He was doing the regular bowl, and then the plate.
this.
He was like, not regular bowl, not plate,
Delicious.
not regular bowl. Like, cat, what do you?
He's very pretty.
What are you doing,
I
man?
like him a lot.
For those super chats,
Thanks for asking about him.
we do appreciate. Yeah.
We call him Mr. B.
Mr. B.
It's a long story.
So, in my glass is the Maltster. We're still on BiB here. And this mash bill is 65% corn, 30% malted rye, 5% malted barley, at least 5 years old. So this one is a rye.
I have the Kentucky Straight Malted Rye, aged 6 years, bottle and bond.
Nice. So 2 ryes here.
2 ryes.
This one was
This is also very nice.
$59.99.
I do think I like the winter whiskey better, but that's because I really like that chocolatey note, that chocolatey espresso note that it had. I am going to make a drink. I'm going to make it an espresso martini. I'm going to make it. Technically, it's still winter until March 20th, so I'm going to make it. Or cold brew old fashioned. Which one? Both, maybe. Who knows?
And I'll take 2 sips of it.
They're really not that much different. I mean, they're a little different, but...
I like this. I like this a lot. Yeah, so it equals up to be 35% of, well, no, I'm sorry. 30% malted rye and then that 5% some malted barley.
Now, this is 100% malted rye.
Yeah.
And 6 years. Maybe switch.
Sure. Bloop.
What you looking for?
Oh, yeah, because that one's not bottle and bond.
Oh.
The single malt.
No, the single malt is not bottle and bond, but it is quite tasty. I also made a cold brew old fashioned with the single malt, and it did the job. It's like 110 proof. It did the job. It's a stiff cocktail, but it was really good.
Yep, I think I'm more on this one than the one you have right now. Just because of that 65% corn,
I guess it depends on what mood you're in. I think the mouthfeel here is better.
I'm more in a...
You get a little more age and the mouthfeel, I think, is more developed.
Bourbon mood.
On this one, but this is more traditional.
Yeah.
I like them both. May I?
Yeah, rye bourbon and a rye.
I'm not sure.
I mean, I like the 6 years. This one's at least 5.
I gotta disagree with you. I'm gonna go here. I think
you can't do that.
I think the finish
That's
is better.
not allowed.
I think it's in terms of finish, it's longer. The mouthfeel is fuller. The palate is has more depth. Although this is very good, also. I really like this. I just think this is a little bit more.
Let me have my second sip.
I don't know, but they're different. This is more spice.
Yeah, you said mouthfeel over here, right?
No, mouthfeel.
No, you said
here.
mouthfeel over there.
This is more like a traditional bourbon.
Well, yeah, it is a bourbon.
Well, I made it just mean like...
It's a high rye bourbon.
But, right, it's a high rye bourbon, but it's got that malted.
It's a lot of maltiness.
Yeah.
Still in the
For a
bourbon
bourbon.
family, though, yeah.
Very good also, but I think, for me, if I had to choose between them, Now I don't know the
Okay.
price difference between them.
$10.
Oh, 10.
That's what we got them.
Well, I would take
$10
this one.
difference. 50, 60. Cats only meow to humans who've made a connection.
Oh.
I mean, we meow to him.
No, you do. I do not meow at him.
You know, they say...
I shake his bag of food and I
Well,
say,
I do
Mr.
that.
B,
I do
kitty.
that too.
I say, my kitty.
They say when a cat goes, meow, that means come here. So I've been doing that meow to him, but he doesn't.
I'm not present for that.
It's best.
They're allowed to have their own thing.
No one is present for that.
What they talk about is none of my business.
Yeah.
I love there's this quote that says, what people think about me is none of my business. And that's honestly true when you think about it.
me?
What people think about me is none of my business.
Sure.
I don't want to know.
Yeah, that's for them to think, I guess.
I am who I am. It will only hurt my feelings. It's none of my
Mm-hmm.
business.
Yeah, it's true.
Unless you love me, then you can tell me. I do like to be adored.
Adored
Who
from
doesn't?
afar.
Please, who doesn't?
Come on.
Come on.
Um,
That was fun. Well, I said the back setter. What time is it? I can't see that far away. We've got plenty of time.
Yeah, we got.
Shall we do the back setter? Do you want to do our single barrel picks versus each other again, just to see if we
I'd like
still
to talk
agree?
about the single malt again.
Well, let's finish with that one.
Okay.
I think it's the highest proof, so maybe we finish with that one.
113.8.
So I say
Technically, our picks are higher, but we've done the picks before.
okay, we've done the picks before. They're also not available anymore. I just like to look at the labels.
But I
So.
also like to do that Silver Grove. Okay.
Okay, let's do.
We'll each split one, and then
the
Silver Grove.
Why don't you have the back setter? I'll have the Silver Grove, and then we'll do the malt.
I think you're gonna like the back setter more than me.
Great, I can't wait. I'll take the back setter
'Cause
then,
it's peated.
and you take the Silver Grove.
Okay.
Also bottled and bond. This is a peated backset Kentucky straight bourbon. Peated sour mash, the unprecedented use of peated sour mash backset lends a lovely smoky tone to our flagship new Riff bourbon.
That hasn't been precedented before.
It's unprecedented. I don't know if you know that. Not making fun, just being fun. I don't know.
It's no. Wait, where is it?
It's breaking the precedent. I don't know if you know.
Where is it? It's no. Shoot, where'd it go?
What are you looking for?
That thing.
And indeed.
Oh, and indeed, a whiff of blue corn tortilla.
And that's right. That is what you smelled.
And
Blue corn
indeed,
tortilla.
you were right.
And indeed, there it is.
We're a little backed up on the old super chats.
Well, we'll get them.
Yeah.
This is a 65% corn, 30% rye, 5% malted barley. So let's find out. Maybe.
Actually, this one's also going to be
Jeez.
the oldest that we're tasting tonight at 7 years. And it is a single malt. So it's,
It's a single malt.
it's a single malt. It's all malted barley. Right? Well,
Yeah.
different malted barley
Different
varieties.
malted barley varietals, which I think is
And a multitude of cask types.
Yes.
But, so it's 5 unique malt whiskeys.
I can't wait to learn about that when we're done with these two. Am I right or am I right?
All right.
So, technically you said that one's the oldest that we'll have tonight, but we do have the 2 high note samples back there.
Yeah.
That
they're
are 8 years.
But again, just did an episode on them.
And we just saw, well, earlier in the episode, that bottle of 9 year that we didn't get to try, but that we know is in existence and we may get to try at some point. So, what? I don't know, Chad. What do you think they'll do for their 10th anniversary?
I'm going to say a 9.5 year.
Probably. No one would confirm that
No.
when we were there, but
They-
it tracks.
He did say that they held back like 30%
20 to 30% of the
their
original
barrels when they started laying stuff down.
So you would assume that something in there is 10 years old.
Well,
Now, who knows what they'll
guess.
actually... You would assume.
I mean, how much of that stuff went to that 9 year? Because it was 9 year at that time.
Right, they've been holding it back, but then also other stuff has been aging up at the same time. So, like, with what they produce each year, how much of it have they been holding?
But if they went the second year of production, they wouldn't have been 9 yet. See what I mean? Like, I feel like they had to have pulled some from that original
Sure, but maybe...
percentage.
Okay.
Anyway, semantics. Let's get to these.
It's speculation.
Hearsay?
It overruled.
Okay.
It could be 10 years. We don't know. That's what I think will happen, but
I do too.
we'll see, I guess. I think it'll be a very limited 10-year release for their anniversary.
Correct. Oh, good night, nurse.
What? Oh my goodness.
A super duper.
I said, who's Squirrely Tea? Nah, I got it.
A super duper.
Okay.
From the artist formerly known as Todd Get to the Choppa
Hot
Koopa.
Toddy.
Hot Toddy. And now Squirrely Todd. Squirrely Tea with a super duper super chat.
Why are you being so nice? Oh,
Happy
100.
Bottled in Bond Day. 100 proof.
100.
Everyone.
100.
Wow.
I get it.
Thank you,
Wow.
Todd.
We are not worthy.
Wow.
That deserves something
I know.
else.
You got a triangle down there.
That's so far.
That's so far.
Fine. Oh my goodness gracious. What is going on?
Yes, indeed. Hats off to you, Squirrely Tea.
Oh dear. The triangle is
Thumbs
also
up,
out of order.
Squirrely.
Fine. Here you go.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Little Doppler effect.
Little bit of my hair on
Little
there.
cobweb.
Little cobweb.
And then Brian Brennick gave the super duper or a super. Well, I forget.
Well, it's a super
it's a
duper
super
chat.
Chad is channeling Dr. Doolittle. Love it.
Oh, with the cat thing, yeah.
Yes. Sir Brian Brennick. Thank you for your super chat, sir.
I love when cats do the chirping thing where they go.
Yeah. Usually they're watching birds.
That's how it goes. I just like cats. Wish I wasn't allergic.
Boom.
Wish I could have it.
Indeed. Sarah, you are the best.
Thanks, Jesse.
There you go. There you go.
It's really just, it's nice to hear someone say it.
And then I get such a Chaz. Well, that's fine.
Well, that's fine.
That's fine.
Well, that's all right.
And Ray with another super chat here.
Whoa, Ray. Thanks again. Cheers, guys. Audio Ray from WN Chicago. I know. We're buds now. Sorry about the super awkward handshake hug greetings there. Oh, no, you're fine.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, I'd forgotten it. And if it's awkward, I block it out immediately. No, I mean, I assume it's me. Happy Bottled and Bond Day. Also, your birthday. Happy Bottled,
happy birthday.
Bottled and Bond birthday.
Happy Bottled and birthday, Ray.
Woo! Almost broke it there.
A Chicago cheers to you. Yeah, that you were on WGM.
Yeah.
WGN.
What a wonderful experience with a lovely studio full of people, and I only choked mildly, so...
No, there was no chokage. There was an obstacle,
Who
there was
goes
a hurdle that you jumped over, stuck the landing, and then continued the run.
The judges' marks were not great. Who goes on a show to do a cocktail segment and forgets their jigger?
Raise your hand, Sarah.
It's me. I was like, so we're gonna free pour this morning, and I love that the hosts were like, that's fine with us.
Yeah, we gotta get to
Well, I can eyeball
the rest of this news.
I've not watched it, to be honest. Like, I can't.
Well, I did, and
do
it's
it.
fine. It is completely
But I
fine.
honestly want to watch it just to see what I eyeballed, to be like, you know,
Janae.
Janae. Or, is it Janae?
Janae or Janelle?
Janelle. The girl who did the original, like, the Jim Beam Old Fashioned in, like, the water glass. And she pours about a third of that bottle in there. And she does not measure. And that's what I was thinking the whole time I was doing it. I was like, I'm going to end up on the internet like this.
This is me being a meme.
I'm becoming a meme. I'm just going to eyeball it, you know?
Like, oh, we're out of bourbon.
Just a little
Should have brought
bourbon.
another bottle.
No, I guess it went okay.
All right.
I'm just happy to have been invited, you know?
Oh, absolutely. It's
Bell
just an honor
ball.
to be just nominated.
Just an honor to be nominated.
So
That is Petey. They were not joking.
inspired by 1933 bottling of Silver Grove bourbon. Now they have a Silver Grove campus, right? That's their new campus, I think, or maybe their first one.
I'm not an expert in campuses.
It's a whiskey distilled before Prohibition in Cincinnati, Ohio, the original Silver Grove. We submit this 2023 limited edition of New Riff Silver Grove, entirely distilled and aged in Newport, Kentucky by New Riff and bottled at barrel proof to bring you our first ever blend of full cask strength hand-selected barrels in 2019 to amplify our flagship high rye bourbon. Proceeds from this release will benefit the Silver Grove Community Foundation.
Wasn't that nice?
So this is 4 years old. It's our typical 65-35. 65 corn, 30 malted rye, 5% malted barley. Yeah.
There we go.
And,
Well, this is peaty. So I would like to try that one first.
Okay.
Before I
grab a little nip.
Yeah, you go ahead, but
Yeah. 113.5. So we have left BiB territory now, but
it's so caramely.
that's
And
really good.
confectionery, and it's sweet, but it has some rye. I don't want to call it bite because I think people misconstrue that as like not smooth, the antithesis of smooth. But it has, you get that rye at the finish, but the front end of it is very like, confectionery, sweet, nice, buttery, caramely, and then it comes in with that rye, and it's like, gotcha.
So I think originally this was going to be
I like
a one-off, but they got such a good response to it that I think
Then
now
here it
it's
is.
available at the distillery. And
Distillery only.
we've always said if a distillery doesn't have a gift shop only, then they're
It's kind of a missed opportunity.
They're leaving something behind, leaving it on the table. Like people want to go and visit a distillery and take something home
that you can't get at home.
Yeah, that's an exclusive.
Now, I get why that's frustrating for people who can't make it to the distillery, but when you go and you're looking for a souvenir, what's more of a letdown than it's just the options that are on the shelf wherever you are back home?
Exactly.
Like, you're just like, I can get this stuff at home.
Yeah.
Like, I guess I'll get a keychain. I love that they put out things, like more experimental things, too, that you can't always get, or single barrels that you can't get at home. I think it's good.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm ready to try this Backsetter peated. I better buckle up. This, if you gave me this blind, I would 100% say Scotch. Wow. Like, there is no question. I would be like, this is Scotch.
I know we tasted this one before, but I do not remember it. Maybe I blocked it out.
I don't know where I would think it was from or anything else, but...
Super chat from Jacob W. Saying, hope you all enjoyed Newberries. Sure did. Pete and Kim are awesome. Yes, they
Gotta
are.
tell you, if you go to Covington, Kentucky, you gotta go to, formerly known as Newberry Coffee. Now it's just Prohibition Bar. They had to say goodbye to half of their coffee business was half their business, and their bar was the other half their business. It's owned by two people, run by two people. They do it all.
Yeah.
And after COVID, they had to say, which part of this business are we going to keep open? Because we can't do it all by ourselves.
So they picked the more fun part.
They picked a bar. So it still says Newberry Coffee on the front.
And they still make their own coffee.
They still do roast, I think, their own coffee beans. Yeah. But they are just Prohibition Bar now. And I mean, let me tell you, just a fun husband and wife duo. Hilarious. Yeah. Pete was behind the bar. And I mean, we couldn't have asked for a better experience. That may have been my favorite part. Of the whole trip was just hanging at that bar with Pete.
I wish we had dinner reservations at this place called the Baker's Table, which was
really
amazing. But we had a hard out.
I honestly wish we'd had dinner earlier before and then gone and sat at the bar.
It would have been a rougher morning.
It would have been because I wouldn't have left. Yeah. It's honestly probably good that we had to leave.
And he was saying like, "Well, just come back after dinner."
He said, "Yeah, just come back after dinner,
tempted.
Or just come back tomorrow night." And I thought about it.
Yeah.
What a great place. I would have been and not
put that on your list if you're coming to Kentucky, especially if you're coming through Northern Kentucky. You got to, but even if it's just Kentucky, try to make a swing up to Northern Kentucky.
Don't worry, we'll be making an episode that tells you why you should do that. That's more than just one stop.
That's true. But Jacob, thank you for the super chat.
Thank you. I also enjoy this.
Well,
there's some places that put out experimental stuff.
Let me try it.
Like Woodford. We'll do some experimental stuff, and sometimes I like it, and sometimes I don't. And so I'm a little less apt to gamble on it. But for New Riff, I think I'm trying to think of one that I have not liked. I know, but just give it a taste.
Did you give the
I did.
rundown?
I did it already.
Okay.
New Riff is one where when they put out new and interesting things, I would gamble on that. It's more of a sure bet, I think. Give it a second sip.
I mean, it's like a really steep tea and honey.
Mm-hmm. But with the peat.
Well, yeah.
But not a lot. We got a JG super chat.
I see. Oh, they're coming in. You.
Okay, a $5 super chat from JG. Thank you, JG. Saying, I'm in the final 4 this Wednesday for the Mash and Drum Blendageddon. That's right. Any support would be most appreciated. Chad, can I get my jingle? I support you.
It's been a while. I don't even know how you even. It's well, it's my whiskey, and I need it now.
Yeah,
you know,
and then if you
877
Mash now.
877 Mash now.
But I forget that if you have a...
Oh, if you have a structured settlement and you need cash now.
No, not that. But I want... We got to make a version that is like whiskey appropriate. We'll figure it out.
If you have an empty Glencairn and you need whiskey now, call JG. Because it's not Wentworth. 877 Mash now. 877 Mash now.
No, that's too much.
877 Mash now.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah. I hope that's okay, JG. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it.
Is it okay? Because I'm not okay.
And then we got Tim. Super chat saying, talk about awkward. Ran into you at Peerless in September. Thanks for taking time for a selfie, which I suck at. LOL.
Hey, it's not awkward.
No,
we
not
love it.
Yeah,
Thanks for stopping us. It's always nice to
we ran
take
into
a
some
selfie.
people this weekend, and
We took
someone
selfies.
at New Riff, and yeah, all around, and yeah. It's
I
always,
like it. I have fun.
Always great to run into people.
Hey, if I can brighten someone's day, it's truly the least I could do. It's probably the only credit I could give to myself that day.
We were at Party Mart, which is literally like in the parking lot.
You mean
of
the
New
Party
Riff.
Source?
Yes, I do. Party Source, which is literally in the parking lot of New Riff, basically. There's a whole connection.
Connection. We'll tell you about it in the video that's
and
coming.
as I was walking around in the Bourbon Hall, I kind of felt like,
I also felt like someone was
heard
looking at me.
Someone saying to another buddy, "Hey, that's they have a YouTube channel," and I'm like, just say hi. I want to say hi. I want to say hi.
I like making friends.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's
unless they were saying.
They
really
suck.
suck.
They don't know what they're talking
they
about.
suck really hard.
Then maybe don't say hi.
Yeah.
But it's like, like when you see a dog and you want to pet the dog.
Can I pet that dog?
And you're like looking in and you're like, I don't know, should I go pet that dog? And the dog wants to. Or am I saying that we're dogs that want to be pet? But the dog's like, when you go pet that dog, the dog's gonna be like, oh my god, I'm so happy to meet you, just as excited as you are, and that's how I feel. So maybe we are like that.
We're wagging our tails.
Yeah, we're just like, if you come up to us and are like, hi, can I? And we're like, yes, oh my gosh, I'm so happy to meet you. It's fun. Everyone
Tim.
has a good time. Thanks, Tim.
Appreciate that. And then Joey Tony Bag of Donuts Chocolonely 78. He says, Chad, I'm going to Ireland in May. Can I get a jingle too?
Something about donuts.
If you
No, don't.
have
Nope, absolutely not. Stop.
a need for donuts.
Nope. Full stop. You cannot use the same jingle cadence. You're going to have to work on that one.
Okay.
Can we develop it?
Thank you for being Tony Bag of Donuts.
No.
Travel down the donuts and back again.
Something's there, maybe. Perhaps the Golden
We'll work
Girls
on it,
jingle.
Tony.
We'll work on it.
We'll work on it, but in the meantime, thank you for your super chat. We greatly
It has to come
appreciate
about
it.
organically. Something about
So,
donuts.
This doesn't have. It's not sticking in here like a scotch. It was there. I'm not to say it doesn't have any finish, but it's not like.
You're not going to taste it again
later
tonight.
If I went and drank a bourbon after that, I wouldn't still be tasting this.
If I wanted to go with explosion, like in the pairing of balance, counterbalance, and explosion, I would pair this with barbecue. If I wanted to go with counterbalance, it's savory and smoky, so I would pair it with probably something sweet and maybe fruity. I don't know what goes with smoky. No, maybe like sweet and
Bacon.
See, but I think bacon is too savory for it. It's too similar. That might be balance. Bacon.
Love bacon.
Bacon and this because of like the meaty savory with that little bit of like probably pepper or something with the smoky. That would probably be balance. I think explosion would be barbecue. But what would counterbalance be? It has to be
something with
sweet.
More of a like a lemon type of sweet
citrus,
citrusy.
maybe? I don't know.
I think that would, or that might be an explosion in itself.
Perhaps. I'm not sure.
Where did I just see that? Where'd you go?
I don't know.
Where'd you go?
I don't know.
Oh, here you are. My cursor was over
This
it.
glass going to have to go away, though.
I heard the new tasting room at the Party Source is fantastic with extremely reasonable prices. We popped our head in there. It was really nice. We were having to get on the road, so we couldn't. And plus, we were getting on the road, so we couldn't stay for a drink. But we didn't get to check prices. But it's a really nice space.
Yeah.
They have like an outdoor patio. They got like 2 rooms in there.
Go to the Merchants Club.
Yeah, and
well,
it's really cool.
When we walked in the Party Source originally, and we have been there before many times, and where we walked over to where the tasting bar was, and we were like, hey,
Tasting bar's gone.
where's the tasting bar?
Yeah.
It's not here anymore. I'm assuming they had to take away the free tasting bar when they put in the actual bar because,
Yeah.
that makes more sense. Maybe they have some sort of rule about free tastings that you can get at the bar. I don't think so, but I don't know.
What'd you think about a jelly donut?
Interesting. The fruit and the sweet and the doughiness
Might
of
be
it.
onto something
the
there.
doughy with the smoky. I don't know. That's interesting.
Something there, Cookie.
Also, I was thinking about like s'mores are synonymous with campfire, so it's that sweet chocolate graham cracker, gooey marshmallow with that smoky campfire.
Would it be better than a Michter's though?
But
You
see,
know?
that's balance because Michter's
No, okay, you're
is
looking
very
for
much the
counter-
same. I'm looking for counterbalance.
Counterbalance.
So possibly.
Someone get Peggy on the phone.
Somebody call her.
My name is Peggy.
No.
No.
Okay.
And you've got the... What the hell was that?
What is this fuzz floating around? I can't.
I think it's from the triangle.
I think so too. I can't be involved. Okay, I want the single malt.
Oh.
These can be. You're
Released?
You are dismissed. I want this. This is what I want.
This was... the winter whiskey. That's what we saved.
Yeah. Hey, what was your other favorite thing that we did this weekend?
Whiskey related? Or not? Because not whiskey related, we went to this place called Kung Food.
Oh, that was really good.
And that was really good.
Okay, but
Whiskey related.
whiskey related.
Revival.
Oh, yeah. So Friday night. So we got in town,
Yeah.
we checked into the hotel, we went to Revival Spirits, Revival Vintage Spirits, and that tasting, just the whole experience was great. They're opening a new, bigger space. They're moving to a much bigger space, like 10 times the size.
Yeah.
Huge.
10x.
Right by the Hotel Covington, soon. I don't know when exactly. But great folks. Such a cool spot. They have a tasting bar. They do $5 vintage pours. Like every day they have a $5 hauler
I had a birthday year pour
of Beam.
of 10-year Beam for
$5.
$5. When's that happen?
Never.
Yeah.
Such good folks. Really great. And then from there we went to Prohibition Bar, which was
so Friday
great.
night.
So Friday night, and then we had an amazing dinner.
Yeah.
So Friday night was
Yeah.
pretty much it. But we had a great time on Saturday too.
Saturday night was Kung Food. Great food.
And the bonded spirits bluegrass festival.
Yeah, it was also really
also
great.
really
Had
good.
some really good cocktails there. Ran into some friends. Got to hear some bluegrass, and yeah, that was great. And then, we spent a little bit too much time drinking instead of eating. So afterwards, we
were hungry.
Got kind of hungry, and
That's when we went to Kung Food,
which
is the
best sesame chicken I've ever
you've
had.
ever had. Yeah,
And yours
Yeah.
was really,
mine
really,
was really
good
too. Yeah. And then after that, we hit a couple late night spots. Old Kentucky Bourbon Bar, if you're familiar with the area.
Okay, BiB.
They've got a huge selection. They do their own barrel picks. They sell bottles. They have cocktails. It's like not, I wouldn't call it divey, but it almost has like a divey vibe of like when
Faux
you
dive.
go in, faux dive. Like it's nice, but you also feel like when you go in, everybody knows each other.
Mm-hmm.
And the bartenders are just like really laid back and chill for a bourbon bar.
Yeah.
And then we've been in before where they have this wheel that you can spin, like this wheel of chance, depending on, you can spin it and see what you get. And I think it's also like a $5 or $6 spin.
Right.
Where you just get...
It's not going to be 1980
no,
Jim Beam
it's
tenure.
not. But it's still fun. And just, they're great people. It's so laid back.
Or they had a pull something out of a hat.
Oh, that's what it was. I think it was pull something out of a hat, not a spin the wheel.
But there was a wheel, but I forget what the wheel did.
I forget what it was.
I forget.
And then after that, we were full from our food, but
Goodfellas is right there.
you can't resist the
smells are
free smells. Goodfellas,
Great
which is
cocktail
a pizza
program.
place that we have here in Lexington. They have Wise Guys Lounge, so we went and I looked longingly at the breadsticks, and then we went upstairs to Wise Guys Lounge, and that was our last late night stop, and then we called it a night.
On the way there, we were walking, and we saw this group of minstrels sort of up serenading.
Literally college students with instruments.
These three ladies. And so we were like trying to catch
What
up with
is
them.
that?
And we both caught up. We were across the street from each other, but we both at like a light caught up to each other. And I just went,
Chad goes,
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
and they all started. And they started playing this song. And then two of them had like bowling pins, like the juggling bowling pins. They just, and one of the guys came over with his hat, for a tip. And we were like, what are you? This is incredible. It was like the best street performance I have.
Like 10
of them at least.
And it was like
10 or 12.
Sort of like an Irish or Scottish.
Yeah, just a very
folksy Irish
UK
jig.
type of
United
jig.
Kingdom, not
United Kingdom, sorry. And they were just so fun. And the guy came over and we were like, what can we, where can we find you online? They were like, we don't have a thing. We're just a bunch of college students fundraising. Were they college or high school?
I don't even know.
I think they were college because they were out by the bars, but
I think they mentioned that part.
They were just fundraising for some trip or some cause. And it was just, one of them was barefoot. It was wild.
Yeah.
It was fun though.
Yeah,
to be young again.
To be young and barefoot.
And to have the energy to run around to bars at night and play your little jigs for cash. Of course we tipped them, don't ask. Yes. And by we, I mean Chad.
Yes.
I said, oh, get out your wallet.
Oh, get out your wallet.
Oh, okay, wait, look at all their little different hats.
Different colored hats. Michael at Super Chat saying, would it be possible to have a Google Doc with your favorite places from your travels/hunts and when your loyal followers visit those areas?
Ooh, maybe.
That's a good idea.
That is a good idea. Maybe instead of a Google Doc, and our followers. Oh, I see. So like a communal doc. Because I was thinking, like, what about a blog? But not like one of those blogs where I tell you our life story and stuff.
And then you're just scrolling
But maybe
down.
just like at
Show
the
me the
top,
recipe.
there's like, at the top, it's like, here's the bullet point list.
Yeah.
If you want the story, it's below,
Yeah.
But then no one else can contribute. So that's actually an interesting idea. Somebody
Thank you
write
for that
down.
idea,
Let me write
Michael,
it down.
and the Super Chat.
If I don't write it down, it won't happen. One of these days, I'm going to break that gland on that bottle.
Oh, I like your thought process here. Faux dive? You mean belly flop?
A belly flop.
Well done. Well done. Yes. Baked beans are the quintessential side dish for smoked pork chops, according to DuckDuckGo. All right. Can't confirm, but sounds right. Sounds right to me.
Okay, I wrote it down. I
It is
can't make
written
any
down.
promises, but it's
It
written
can
down.
exist. It
When
can
you
exist
when you
now.
do this and you do
Yeah.
and you do this every week, and then you also work. Then sometimes the brain doesn't hold everything.
Yeah.
So
This guy is a
This
standout of 2023. It's neither a bourbon nor a rye, so it didn't go
you.
into any of our contentions.
But look at we've been. I mean,
Yeah.
I have been enjoying this one.
It's a single malt. It's the 5 unique malted whiskeys.
Hey, you never told us about their finishes. Them and their finishes.
They're not on the bottle.
No, but someone told us.
It was in a press
Press
release.
release.
Was
There
quite
are
the thing.
5 unique malted whiskeys with 5
encompassing
finishes.
11 different malted barley varietals.
Wild.
And a multitude of cask types.
Who knew?
At least 7 years old. That means it could be 12.
Could be older. No, it couldn't be 12.
No.
But it could be
113.8 proof. Yeah.
And I believe that they said
It's
that
really
they
good.
had been working on that one since the year that they started
Yeah,
distilling.
you are
They
correct.
have been working on this one since the year that they started distilling, which is why I think it says at least 7 years old, because some of that is likely older.
Yeah.
But they've been working on it for a bit.
So on the back here, it says comprised of up to 6 different mash bills and slowly matured in a multiplicity of cask types. This unprecedented
Who writes this
whiskey
stuff? I
yields
like it.
old world inspiration to Kentucky sour mash techniques. Distilled in our column, beer still, and doubler. It weaves a wealth of many flavors into golden age.
Weaves a wealth. I
a
like that.
bold new concept in the time-honored Kentucky whiskey regime.
I really like this one.
I like their copywriter.
It's I do like that. It's earthy, it's chocolatey, it's malty. It's got
It's something different.
coffee notes, but it's still whiskey. It doesn't taste flavored. It's just like, and when I say earthy, it's not like dirt,
No.
And it's not like super herbal. It's not herbal at all. It's just like really comforting. If you like coffee or like dark chocolate, I think this would be for you.
I will confirm dark chocolate more than coffee because I'm a little coffee
Or like
averted.
a mocha,
Yeah, more mocha, more higher cacao chocolate.
Like, could you throw this in a hot chocolate?
Absolutely.
Make a boozy hot chocolate out of it. For sure.
Absolutely.
It would be perfect.
Great
Like
in
I
a
said,
cocktail.
I made a cold brew old fashioned with it.
No.
Very good. Which, if you're wondering, is just 2 ounces of this and 1.5 ounces of espresso or cold brew. I use cold brew concentrate. And 1/2 ounce of, I do vanilla brown sugar infused, brown sugar vanilla simple syrup. But you can make whatever simple syrup and put it in there. And that's how I make it. It's just like an old fashioned.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, oh, and I put chocolate bitters in there and sometimes black walnut also.
Would mole work?
If you wanted to make it a little
Zingier?
sure. Maybe you could, maybe in the summertime.
Summertime.
No,
Summertime, maybe
I
put
don't know.
some
I don't know.
Mole.
Perhaps.
I'm just over here giggling about
What are you giggling?
all of the Letterkenny references in the chat that aren't even, I mean, they're not directed towards us, but I love how people are responding to it with quotes from there,
Cool.
and that's
Cool,
what I
cool.
appreciate about you. So
That's nice.
yeah,
Well, this is it for me.
I think
I feel that I've celebrated Bottled and Bond Day appropriately.
Yeah.
I feel celebrated.
and in the same breath, new riff.
It was a great stop.
Yeah.
Put it on your list.
Mm-hmm.
We'll tell you to put it on your list with some sort of guide. I feel like we should make guides.
Guides.
Oh, jeez.
Egg.
There's so many things to do, and so little of me to do them.
And me as well.
Yeah. But it's important. I like the travel stuff. I think it's good. So
Yeah. We got a lot. Speaking of travel, we got a lot of travel coming up, but I think
we got a couple weeks before
next
then.
weekend, we're good. So we will see you next weekend.
We'll see you next weekend and the weekend after that.
Which means I can put the graphic up.
You may put the graphic up.
That says.
Put that graphic up.
Look at that! Look at touch that graphic. Saying see you next Sunday, which we will do. Thanks so much for hanging out with us, and again,
Thanks, y'all.
happy Ball and Bond Day. We'll see you guys next time. Till then, bye bye.
Bye.